Unfortunately, the state of this nation is that free speech is not allowed. We have the most onerous sub judice rules, which means that on this channel, under the law as it is, we cannot discuss what everybody wants to talk about. But it's worse than that, because the person who decides whether what I say, what you say, you put on social media, you put in a public forum, is legal or not, or is worth taking to court, is the Attorney General. And who is the Attorney General? Well, he's our old friend, Lord Hermer. And who is Lord Hermer? An appointee of Keir Starmer. So if I were to say something about the subject that we would all like to discuss, and I get into even the slightest question of whether I'm saying something that some juror in years to come might consider to be influencing him one way or another, it would be Lord Hermer who would decide whether or not to bring a prosecution. So the freedom of the press, the freedom of the media is stopped, is brought to a full stop by a socialist Attorney General in whom we live in fear. This is not how free speech ought to be able to operate. And this is an important warning to people watching. If you put something on Twitter, or you put something on YouTube, or you put it on TikTok, you could be brought before the bar by Lord Hermer if he thinks that what you've said could potentially influence a trial. So you have to be careful, probably not quite as careful as I do. There probably is some degree of flexibility because they can't go after everybody because it's what everybody is saying. But nonetheless, our sub judice rules are a chilling denial of freedom of speech about a subject that touches to the heart of government, how we are governed, and the judgment of the Prime Minister. I would ask you to let me know what you think, but I'll almost certainly not be able to read it out because we will run into the same problem. So if you want to say that Lord Hermer's a marvellous fellow and you think that Sir Keir Starmer's judgment is perfect, I'm sure I'll be able to read that out. But if you say anything more interesting than that, I have a nasty feeling it will be vetoed by the powers that be.